Hey, how's it going?
Well, I can tell you one thing, Corey. It would have been a whole lot better if you guys didn't cut my lines and we had a good interaction. But I'll save that for later. Hey, you're watching WAAA Boy on YouTube. Hey, what? Hey, Wap how's it going, YouTube? It's your boy WAAA Boy here. So, we're in the new year, so happy new year, guys. Hope all is well. Hope your holidays were well. Mine was because I actually was sick during the Christmas breaks and everything and whatnot, and I'm just getting back on my feet within the last few weeks, so that's why I haven't really been posting but so much, and I apologize for that. Need to take better care of myself this year. I'm definitely going to be going back to the gym, pumping up iron to get stronger. And I got quite a few projects going on. But if you couldn't tell from that little intro, that had been done last year. So here's a little update for you all for this year and more to come. So yes, from that clip, you can tell I was on Pawn Stars. But I've told you guys before, I am an actor. I'm more than just a YouTuber. I like to consider myself an entertainer of all genres. Acting, writing, possibly directing, video editing, of course. And an all-around just funny guy. I'm not a comedian or anything, but you know, I try to lean towards more comedy and whatnot, but I can be serious and, you know, action and all that. But yeah, I'm an all-around entertainer. That's what I would like to consider myself. But yes, I have an agent. She called me up right before I got my current day job that I normally do, which takes a lot of my time, and said, hey, they're filming in your area. Do you want to go down there? You can bring something, you know, probably be featured. I said, why the heck not? So I went down there. Funny thing is, long story about that, went down there, my brother's birthday was the last day. Couldn't come back the last day, but I'll save that for another time for this video. So, yeah, we can go through it if you guys want. I can point out all the spots that I was in. I was in quite a few scenes, but the main scene, I'll just get to it when we actually watch it. I'll show it. So yeah, let's get into that. Wow. Go forward. Well, let me explain to you all the overall experience. It was reality TV. Some of it is scripted. Some of the people that are there are actually actors like me, because I actually saw them on some of the other episodes that came out prior, and I was like, oh, as I'm watching it on TV, I'm starting to see, I've seen this guy before. I saw him in my episode, and he was in a whole nother state. So I'm like, okay, so they're bringing in actors and whatnot. But for me, I go down there, had a great time hanging out with them. I didn't get no pictures because, you know, no flash photography and whatnot. And it was just an amazing experience just to be, like, you know, on that set. Most people don't get to say they get to be on there. Okay, we're coming up now to my first scene right there. Yep, I'm right there. I was actually talking with two people. They're actors as well behind me, but one of them is from, actually two of them are from my same agency. Let me skip ahead. Yep, I'm right there. I'm just talking to them, waving it, having a natural conversation with them. And in my hand, as you can see, I have a box. And in that box, I have comic books that date back to before Vietnam War, necessarily, or around the Vietnam War. My great uncle, who I did a video for, link in the description below, for his old comics, I had some of the ones that we graded. Specifically, Spider-Man. It was Spider-Man, the black suit, when he first gets a black suit, and when he first introduces the black suit to the public. Graded and everything. About grade 5 or 6, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, I'm right there. Blink and you'll miss it. Boom. That's my first spot. Let's see if you can spot any other ones of me. I think I'm in the very beginning as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go back. I think I can see myself a little bit there. It's one of those things that's like, where's Waldo? I think I see the back of my head, actually, in one scene upcoming. Right there. Yep. Boop. I'm right there. Yep. Shirt and everything right next to this old guy. Yeah. Side note, when they aired this, I actually saw the longer version, and those were, most of my scenes were cut out. Now, when I went to my methods of trying to, recover this episode, it was a short version. Or even if you look online, their actual channel, there's like a 45-minute version. Each show is actually over 100, over an hour. And by the way, it's called, come let I say this. It's called Pawn Stars Do America. They go all around the country, look for people to pretty much, sell them amazing stuff or, pawn off their amazing stuff. And they came to my location, DC.
Hey, how's it going? So what do we got?
Well, this is my Uncle
Went over,
Jim's
overshot it.
lunch
Okay.
jacket. He was in
Right here. Boom. Hey, Corey, what's up? Bam. Right there, front and center. Told y'all. That's the screenshot right there. That's the thumbnail. But yes, this is the scene that I am more particular with because, as you can see, I'm right there. I'm clear as day. And here's the story with this. I have shoes there. I have limited, matter of fact, I've done a video on it. I don't even have to pull them out actually. I've already done the video, which I'm the only one on YouTube that actually did an official review of it. Check it right there. My Hero Academia shoes by K-Swiss. I've actually worn them twice. But the thing is, my agent told me to bring something of value. I'm like, okay, I have that. And if you can look real close there, I actually ripped off the price tag so he wouldn't know how much it is. But I go there, and as soon as I go there, actually, it was my second day. Came there, and I was talking to one of the, I think it was ADR directors. One of the ADR directors. And he told me, oh, wow, these are really cool. Can I take a picture of them? I said, sure. Take a picture of them, send them to Chumley. I'm like, all right, cool. He'll send them to Chumley. But then as he was doing that, I was getting to talk with him and telling him I am a content creator, YouTuber, actor myself. I'm in the business myself. He said, no fooling. He said, it's funny you mentioned that. Our social media team for the History Channel is here and it's their last day. Do you want to talk with them? I said, sure. Why not? So I go over in the corner. Oh, let me fix my camera. I go over, talk with them. Nice talk with them. They wanted me to show my item and show me and tell them about it. They said they loved it. They said it would be on their social medias, Facebook, Twitter, all that, around the time the show would air. I checked. Nothing. I'm like, wow. I don't know if they just lost it in the data or the filming, or they just didn't attempt to do it. But that blew me because it was like my own personal profile of what I'm bringing to the show. So after that, I go upstairs, and mind you, my shoes are somewhat talk of the town. You got people from all walks of life there. People that love anime, people that are interested in certain, in anime a little bit. Hell, it was so popular that most of the camera crew were taking their own personal photos of me in the shoes, or mainly my shoes, and saying, hey, can I send these to my friend? They were showing me on their phone personal pictures from their collection in Man Cave, as well as one of the managers that works at the pawn shop in Vegas saw them and tried to value them. But I'll tell you after this necessarily. So I'm right here talking. The story about this is, like I say, they took a picture. They wanted me to be there. They wanted Chumley to see it. Corey shows up, and throughout the episode, if you watch, this is episode 5 by the way, the woman to the right of me already had her little small profile of a medallion she had. The elder woman next to her has this flight jacket. As you can see, I'm right there. There's no reason for me to be there with an item on the table unless you were going to speak to me. And we shot this scene more than 3 times. 3 times. I don't know what happened in the production. I don't even know why it went like that, and if they were doing all this effort to get me to, show off my item, and they glossed completely over me. Like, my shoes are right there, clear as day. My face is right there, clear as day. And she's talking about an old World War II jacket by her Uncle Bob. No offense, I don't care about your Uncle Bob. Why am I so fucking tired? So she's going on and on and on and on and on about her jacket, and the whole time Corey had said to her, that, hey, well, this jacket, I wish you gave it to me 10 years ago.
I actually wish you brought this to me about 10, 12 years ago, because these things were just going like hotcakes. 12 years ago, this was probably $1,000 jacket.
It's just so awkward to me how we went through that whole process. And mind you, everybody at my table got to speak and say something. They caught it on camera. I have probably the most interesting or necessarily unique item that most people wouldn't have. And I'm gonna tell you the conversation I had with Corey, which was almost like somewhat of a small little story arc in the episode. He comes up to me. He says, "What you got for me?" I said, "I have for you today, Corey, sir, some My Hero Academia K-Swiss shoes. Never been worn. That was a lie. I wore them once. But they're limited edition. This is the good part, the part I was truthful about. There's only 600 pair of the ones that I have. No, 300, right? There's only 600 pair of the ones that I have. But it was not broadcast and it wasn't marketed correctly in America. Hell, I went to Foot Locker where they quote unquote said they were going to sell them with K-Swiss. I go in there, the guy says, "Dude, we don't even have K-Swiss on the wall. I don't know where you got that information from." I'm there with my shoes, and here's what Corey says to me. Corey says, "Now, I know My Hero is a really popular animation show, and I myself want to try to get into stuff like that." He said, "But I know my buddy Chumley is really into it." And he said these would really be up his alley. He told me, as like a little funny joke, he said, "This is one of the very few times I'm going to suggest another customer to Chumley because he's more knowledgeable about this item than I am." And he looked at me and said, "But don't tell him I said that." I had a little joke with him. I was like, "Oh no, Corey, between me and you, I'm not going to tell him, you know. I'm just going to be like, oh yeah, some guy told me, you know, oh yeah, some guy told me to show you these." You know? I had a little funny banter with Corey, and we moved on. And then Corey said, literally, "No, Chumley would really want to see these. Why don't you come back?" You know what I'm saying? Or stay, you know, a little bit afterwards. I do that. I see Chumley, but he doesn't really have time to stay out in the public. Goes in the back. Director tells me to come back the next day. This is where it gets irritating. She told me to come back the next day. I do. With my brother on his 18th birthday, which he's able to now be on TV on this show because of it. Some jackbutt in the front did give me some information saying I couldn't show up again on the third day. But who are you? You just seem like you're in charge of COVID. I was talking to the actual director. I wish I could pull the text messages up and show you, but it was over a year ago and they're pretty much gone. But he pretty much wouldn't let me on the third day. I didn't even have to be on the show. I could have just been in the real background-ish area. I mean, I didn't have to be on the show. I could have just been in the very far background, and Chumley could have looked at my shoes off camera, which he did for someone that had Pokemon shoes. So he said I couldn't stay, but my brother could. Mind you, my brother's 18th birthday. It's his first time on any TV show set or anything, and in order to get your pay, because you get paid at the end of the day, you had to stay the full 8 hours, like a work day. You mean to tell me I wanted to leave my brother on his birthday by himself with nothing but a bunch of strangers? Come on now. Anyway, director who I text literally told me, because my brother Marco actually said you should text her about this because this is kind of, you know, messed up. I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to text her on our way out. Mind you, we're 10 minutes from our house. I text her. She said she felt so bad. She talked with the guy. She was like, yeah, unfortunately, he's in charge of certain things when it comes to security and COVID and having multiple people here multiple days. You can't show up again. She said, but she felt so bad because it was his birthday. She gave me and my brother $50 out of the generous of her heart pocket. And then she put us in the acting database because they normally do film in multiple areas and they need people, actors or extras, most likely actors, to fill in. So she put our names, my real name, in the database. So next time she comes around this area and looks for people or need people, me and my brother pop up. You know, bam, bam, wham, bam, there you go. Boom. Wah, baba. But now I'm going to show you my final scene I was in, which is a blink and you'll miss it. But again, another close-up shot. Mind you, I got like at least 3 already. So you would think I would have speaking roles, but they cut my lines. Like I say, for I don't know what reason, they just cut me out. And I had some funny banter with Corey, and I had the item to prove it, to boot it. But here it is. Yep, I am right there. Boom, that is me laughing my butt off. I don't know why my teeth are out like that. Oh, I was probably just happy and smiling. That was the first day, the very first day. And I had my comics. I didn't take them out yet. I had them in my book bag. And that's me, and that is my friend Mary. She, like I say, had a speaking role on We Own This City with Jamie Hector. I'm sitting there laughing like an idiot. But yeah, that was my last close-up shot. But again, and here's another side note. As I was there, when I told about my shoes, they told me to go to the cashier. The cashier tells you how much they're worth. He literally couldn't find out how much they're worth because they're such a very limited and niche item. He actually told me what would be beneficial is for me to go to a convention, which I already do, and try to get them signed by Deku's English voice actor. The price would skyrocket, he said, because it's already a limited item. So the fact that you would get it signed by, he said, the character that voices it. I was like, okay. Justin Breyer, I think his name is, a fellow voice actor. New projects, there's stuff coming on. Okay, so I got I kind of sort of new microphone setup I'm getting ready to do real quick. I have a soundproof box that I can put on my mic now and a pop filter. I will be playing more games, definitely. This is most like a gaming channel, so I'm going to be finishing Calypso Protocol. Going to be playing Multiverse. Obviously, I want to get ready for Evo this year. And Street Fighter 6, obviously going to be playing that as well. And a few other games. I play like my boy Klonoa came out not too long ago. Remake, I'm going to probably get that. But new projects coming along. I'm going to be doing. I've done voiceover work for animation now. I literally can say that. It's in my resume. I have the clip to prove it to you, but I can't show it because of NDAs, so I can't really talk about that too much. And I have a few other things going on that are pretty big. I don't want to necessarily say or spoil, but I'm making connections. I'll just say that. I've met an old friend who I did a Capital One commercial with last year. Come to find out, she's a flight attendant. Been all over, met so many amazing people. My goal for this year is to be on a show or a movie and have some sort of speaking role. I was told by another agency that, hey, you're that type of guy that doesn't even need to do background no more. You need speaking roles. You can probably, if not carry, if not be a supporting role in a show. And I was like, wow. Same thing when I did the voice acting class too. He was like, I made the directors laugh. Like when I was talking with them and recording lines, I seemed to somewhat stand out. So big things happening in this year. Like I said, new projects going, definitely new games. And gamer subs, yes, I'm still sponsored by them. If you guys could check them out, use my code WAAA, save you 10%. The rap that we are going to be doing has officially been done. We just have to put it together and record the music video. But the actual rap itself is finito, finished. We knocked it out and it is fire. Might give you guys a clip of that in this video, but this video is long. I did not mean for it to be too long, but I wanted to give you guys an update on stuff to come in the new year and what I was doing in the past late months of last year. As you can tell, I was on a couple of big projects. So, with that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for the new subs. Please, I hope you continue to support me. I will do my best to support, shout out, play games with you guys. If you want to interact with me, I will do my best to make sure that we can have a gaming session together, a Q&A, whatever you guys want to do, or hang out with your boy WAAA, just let me know. I'm that guy. I'm the guy that wants to just interact with you all and just put myself out there. You want to talk about games? Cool. You want to talk about cartoons? Cool. You want to talk about life? I'm that guy, You want to just talk to me? Let me know. Till next time, guys. Thank you all for the love and support. So much more to come, like I've said. Stay tuned because this year is a banger. That's all I'm gonna say. Till next time, guys, you already know. WAAA out. Wow!